Hey, it's Drybear. And the June 19th day has finally arrived, a new update for the First Descendant. We had a bunch of questions on what they were going to do with the moving dates and the battle pass and everything, and there's actually a bunch of really cool stuff in this patch that we weren't expecting as well. So today, let's dive into the patch together. Now, the first thing to talk about is all the new events coming into the game. There is still the Albion Special Dispatch, so if you're looking for the final bit here, it looks like if you've completed it, it just blanks out for some reason, but if you haven't completed it, hopefully this still shows up for you in game, but this is still available. However, there's a bunch of new events showing up that are kind of like one-time clearances. The first one is the Burning Summer Training 1, and this is going to be daily events and weekly events that you have to complete in order to get things like a makeup option for SCMO and Eugen. You get 3 of these catalysts, and you also get daily events for Gold, Kuiper, as well as the Void Abyss metal fragments. So just make sure you're completing these. They are worth doing, and then it's like a good kind of flow of resources coming into your account. There's also like a weekly thing to do as well. The Burning Summer Training number 2. You have 2 weeks to do this. Just complete Void Erosion stage 1 or higher 10 times, and then 10 infiltration operations as well. And these will award you some gold. I kind of wish it was more gold, considering you get 5 million gold a day just by doing invasions, but it is kind of free currency if you're looking for that as well. And lastly, there's a new login event, the Burning Summer Attendant. So this one will give you all of these items all along the way, and then finally it will give you this Sieve at day 14, but it continues on to multiple pages. Whole bunch of decent stuff in here. There's a skin for Nazastra's Devotion, which is pretty decent. A whole bunch of tickets as well. Page 2 gives you a skin for Fallen Hope, the weapon that nobody uses, so hopefully that gets a little bit of an adjustment moving forward there. A weapon selection, as well as a emote that is like falling down. A whole bunch more of these, and then finally it ends with a Twisted Worship modified skin for Inez exclusively, which all in all is 42 days of bonuses, so you can kind of get more from the Albion Special Dispatch and some logins from these as well. So just logging in every day, especially up until Season 3, is going to be worthwhile, as you get a whole bunch of goodies. So even if you're not playing, just log in and get the bonuses, just to make sure you're keeping up with that. They also went ahead and extended pretty much every timer or countdown that was set to end on the 19th to August 7th when Season 3 launches. So things like Void Intercept, the Void Abyss for Ice Maiden. There's also a new mode that we'll talk about in a second. The Battle Pass has been extended 48 days to August 7th as well. So if you don't have all of these items selected for the Battle Pass, especially the Battle Supply Shop items as well, then you get extra time to complete those. They even extended some of the store options, like the Evolving skin for Sharon has added its timer extended out 48 days to August 7th. So basically they took everything in the game that was set to end with June 19th because they expected that they were going to have a new season ready, and extended that out to August 7th for that. So if there's anything that you were really worried about getting enough time for, you now have a whole bunch of time to complete it while we wait for Season 3. And while we're on the topic of skins, they did add in the Furry Companions skin, which in my opinion is a little cursed. There's something about it that freaks me out, man. It just is what it is, but it is a universal skin. Usually when they do these skins, it's not often that they do both genders available for that, but you can get this skin for male and female as well. They do look very similar. It is the same exact skin, but if you wanted to, you can get it for male and female. It does come with a pretty cool emote that's like you're breaking it down, doing some flippity flips. A solo emote as well. There's like a back attachment for Doggo that's a dog as well. You get like a little hat for Doggo as well, and like a cool little denim jacket on top of that too. So this is available in the store. Next, where the big gameplay addition for this patch is the new weapon core extension. So we have always had like the weapon cores that you can put on your weapons, but now you have the ability to put cores into your external components as well. I was hoping that when they described this, it was actually going to be a system for, you know, just like with the weapon cores, where you can put whatever stat you want. Basically with the weapons, you can put whatever stat that rolls on the weapons, you can put it on the weapons with the weapon cores as well. But that is actually not the case when it comes to the external components. The only stats that you can roll on your external components are the defensive stats. They intentionally excluded MP. So max MP, MP recovery in combat, and MP recovery modifier have been excluded from the external component cores, which is a big bummer. I was actually excited about, you know, some of the more mana hungry builds that you could use in the game, being able to include additional MP max, MP recovery, or MP recovery in combat. Any of those MP stats being rolled on these would help some of those mana hungry builds not have to run so many like skill cost reduction or MP increase or enlightenment or whatever, but they actually ended up excluding those. So with these, they actually reworked where the cores are in the game right now. So you used to just go over to our man who basically had no other purpose other than buying a level 1 reactor, so you get a daily quest done. If you go over here to Deslin, you'll notice that he's been downgraded, right? He like lost his job for what we had before. So he used to be able to grab these and be able to do cores here. He's now back to just being a vendor, and now there's a new area right over here. Cool little like readout on top of it as well. But you come over here and you'll be able to activate this crafting bench, and this is where you do cores. So like weapon cores, external component cores, craft and conversion are all in the same place as well. So if we go to the external component core and we click on one of these, you'll notice that they have the recovery and the defense, but on the left side of the screen you'll notice that it is the four resistances, defense, shield, and HP. There is no MP listed here, not even for the sensor. All of them have the exact same stats listed on all 4 of them, and all of the component sets have the same stats as well. You know, if it's not like Slayer or Moving Fortress have different stats on them, it's all the same. And again, it is only the defensive stats. So HP, shield, defense, and resistance. Kind of a bummer, but you know, the bright side here is that it does mean that, you know, since your whole build is a conglomerate of all of the things that you do, it does mean that hopefully if we're able to get enough HP on these as well, or enough defense, you could end up swapping out things like maybe like HP amp, increased HP, or other HP modifiers. Maybe this opens a module slot if you can get enough HP on these to be able to stack that up. Again, we're missing out on the MP option here, but you still get the option to do defense and HP, which could be really useful potentially with being able to slot out some of these HP mods. Maybe just one of them can come out with this if you have really good cores, but that is going to be an option for you. Now, they did add a new mode. So we originally had Void Intercept normal, and then when you unlocked the hard mode, you had Void Intercept hard. So we got a hard mode when you completed the story on normal to unlock that. And for a while it was kind of hard. Like we ended up having to do like Gluttony was pretty tough on launch. Molten Fortress pugs were a nightmare. Frostwalker was really hard for a long time for many people. Deathstalker was kind of a joke by the time we got it. But by then we were kind of had some pretty strong builds. So they added in there, okay, we're going to add a hard mode for you. And that was the Void Intercept Battle Void Abyss. But that ended up being very easy, as a lot of the builds in the game would kill the Void Abyss boss in under 10 seconds to run the build. So that, okay, well, not hard, not Void Abyss, but now super mega ultra Godzilla Kraken giga mega hard with the Void Intercept Battle Challenge. So this one is actually a lot harder. You get a lot more ETA vouchers on it. Played it once. It is actually quite challenging compared to the others. I'm sure if we end up playing around with the build and modifying everything, it's probably not going to be too bad, but it is noticeably harder than that. And what's cool about this is you do get a lot of vouchers for it, and you also get some 10 cores, which is pretty cool as well. So another option for farming cores in the game. You'll also notice that there is a UI update as well. So in the top right corner here, I've removed my fat head so you can see that it shows the mastery level, the descendant level, and your arcade tuning level in the top right corner as well. And additionally, they did add some new UI here. You can actually see, the difference between chord and not chord on these is a little bit cleaner. You feel like this chord, this little show of lines and this kind of like little trapezoid down towards the bottom as well. Same thing goes for the external components as well. If they have a core active, they made it a little bit sleeker. And they finally added the change order option for your presets. So depending on what presets you have that you're using, you can now actually hit the T button, which allows you to swap the order of things. If you want to reorganize, I end up doing this all the time, where I'll just take empty slots, put the new one in an empty slot, take the old one and move it up, and then you're able to kind of swap these and put them in the right spot. But having this as an option, which I think is really cool, and it just makes it easier for you to move around. So all you have to do is activate the change order button and then just click, and you'll be able to swap these around and do them in the right order, which is kind of a nice quality of life. As promised, they also added in the augmentation core drops to other forms of activities. You see we're on 400% dungeons right now. It will drop the external component cores from this. You don't have to drop into like Void Erosion Purge if you're trying to farm those. And you'll notice with the the Sugma as well, you'll be able to grab these two from Sugma. So if you're doing arcade tuning leveling or you're trying to do 400%, you'll be able to drop these augmentation cores for your external components. Additionally, they did add a new type of weapon core that will drop from Void Erosion Purge. As you can see, we have our kind of like primary colors here, and then there's this new type that is a mixture of blue and red, and this is where you're going to get your multi-hit statuses or stats being added into the weapon core system that was added after this weapon core system was added to the game, so they just wanted to go back and add this in as an option. And with the new cores, you'll get multi-hit chance, multi-hit damage, and weak point damage as an option, and they should work in any red or blue or free slot for those new ones as well. A quick mention on the Void Intercept battle on the challenge version as well, just so people are aware. These rewards here are one time only, so you just get it for the first time that you clear the Void Intercept Abyss challenge mode. You'll get these as a one-time clear bonus, and they said that these will rotate every time a new boss comes in. You'll be able to get these rewards once again for the next time you do it. But what is cool about it is they do have the leaderboards up already, and this will end up changing. So if you go to the Void Intercept Battle Abyss for the option here on the leaderboards, you'll notice that we have the Abyss here, but there's also a challenge set up. So even with just the opening hours of this patch, has been out for a couple hours so far, we can see that there are no clears for Inez. There's 2 for Ajax, Giga Chad. But if we go over to the Booba Smasher Queen of Damage, you can see that the fastest clear right now is 4.5 minutes. So obviously much harder and much slower than the 6 seconds that we had on the Abyss here. So, 3-second clear for the normal Abyss, and then for the challenge 4.5 minutes. So obviously much harder. It is a one-time clear bonus, and if you want, hopefully this fills out over the coming weeks so we can see what builds people are running for clearing this right now. But there's just not that many clears right now. Serena has been able to get it down. There's a surprising amount for Mr. Malo. There was a 3-minute clear for SMO Malo. A Korean player was able to clear that out as well. There is nothing for any of these. Valby got it done in 6 minutes. That's pretty cool. No Glay, no Viesa, no Lepic or Inez, but we did get 2 Ajaxes somehow. So this must have been like a jumping jacks or something like that, just to be able to see what they're up to there. But just so you know what's going on with the challenge Void Abyss. Additionally, they did add in the show unique cosmetic button that they had been talking about before. This is just a way for them to toggle any unique cosmetics that are on characters as well. So if we just do like the default Serena, I don't really have anything for Serena right now. You'll see that she has the wings here. However, you have the option to be able to toggle this if you want to. Currently, this is an option for 3 characters in the game. The first one is Serena. You can toggle her wings on and off if you want to. So if you prefer not to have the wings as an option here, there's definitely some gameplay reasons that people may want the wings on or off for Serena. But if you wanted to as well, the other option is going to be the jawline for Sharon. So if you wanted to toggle this on and off, you could. I think a lot of people will probably end up using this for, say, like the summer skins, the swimsuit skins that may be a little bit more like realistic and less like in-game. You'll have the option to do that for the jawline for Sharon. And the other option is for this unreleased character. I don't know if anyone recognizes this character. I don't believe they have this character in game. Certainly the devs aren't aware of a character that exists like this, but this character, whoever this mystery character is, for Jayber, you'll be able to toggle on and off the jaw as well. Again, for some of these that have like a very specific skin that might be a little more like modern fashion or something like that, you'll be able to toggle the jaw on and off, which I think is a nice addition for the 3 characters that have it. And I'm sure now that this is in the game, they'll be able to toggle this for other characters as well. Next, they added a cool addition to the photo mode, which a lot of people appreciate. So we still have like the normal settings that we had before, but now they have the decorate option for this. So if you wanted to, you can add some really cool like filter options to these with little different frames and whatever poses that you want. You can add frames to it. You can add like black bars, cinema, if you wanted to do Kino, some cool little like action lines and things like that, if you wanted to add those in. There's also stickers that you can add as well, and you can actually position these too, which is really nice. You can actually like put them wherever you want. There's different things things you can add to this well. The Magnum logo, if you really want to support the dev team, you got these crazy lines and stuff like that. You'll have options for adjusting those. You can also like change their orientation and their size and things like that to put them in different spots. So if you wanted to create your own kind of vibe for your character and for this to create like, you know, I don't know, wallpapers or something like that, or post it on Reddit to show off your character, that is now available in the game. Another great addition to the photo mode, if it's something that you really care about, is previously they used to, when you're selecting poses, you'd have to like select through the poses that you have this way, but they added an option which is super cool where you can just go over to the click here, you can click on it, and then you can look at all the emote options that you have for posing and then click on the one you're looking for, which is really nice. That's way easier than having to tab through them one by one and try to get the one that you're looking for. With this patch, they also shortened the time between loading into a void intercept battle and being able to start. So it actually starts a little bit faster than it was before. And with some of the spawns, they're actually like super close to the boss. So like where you spawn and where you walk forward, you'll be able to be much closer to the boss to be able to shoot them right away, which kind of gives you that option to play a little bit faster and speed farm faster as well. They also put in the spawn limit option. So previously it was a group shared resource for the respawn when you're in a group encounter. However, they changed it now so that you will be able to have your own respawn count. And if you run out of respawn count, you'll just be knocked down and permanently in the down but not out unless someone rescues you. You won't be able to respawn, which means that, you know, there's pros and cons to this system. It means that when you're doing these encounters now, it means that one person can't ruin the encounter for everybody else. There's definitely situations where someone comes in at level 1 with no defensive modules or anything. They're too squishy for the fight. They die 3 times and they respawn forcibly before people can res them. And then it kills the encounter for everyone. Everyone has to start over because that one person wasn't ready for the fight. So that, you know, now it goes away because that person will just be crawling around looking for quarters on the ground while everyone else is fighting. However, there's definitely some downsides there that might kind of conflict with that. So let me know what you think about the change to the respawn here. Everyone will have their own respawn count, and once you're out of respawn count, you'll just be crawling around, but other people can still finish the fight for you if you're looking for it. The downside with this is it could lead to more people looking to be carried, right? They'll just die and lay on the ground and wait because they don't really have, you know, there's less forcing them to be better or stronger or more durable, so they don't go down. They might just go down and wait for someone else to clear it for them. But let me know what you think about this change that has gone live. They also added in a few new medals like sell blueprints to ETA 0. Unfortunately, this is not retroactive, so you see I have a fat 0 right now. I have definitely not sold 0 blueprints to ETA 0 over the last year, but they added a couple new medals if you want to use them. And that's what we've got for the new patch for TFD. There's another new update coming for their anniversary in 2 weeks as well with some new things. They're going to be converting this area over here by ETA 0 into an infinity pool. There's going to be adding new content, another round of swimsuit skins because we don't have enough of those, and then some new options and modifiers, and then as well as another patch after that they'll be focused on weapon balance as well, on like the base stats for things that go along with those weapons too. And of course we're kind of working our way towards the season 3 release on August 7th. So let me know what you think about this patch down below in the comments. It's definitely a little bit bigger than I thought it was going to be. Certainly not as big as season 3, but it at least is something to do in the meantime. If you found value in today's video, leave a like down below, leave a comment for the algorithm to help this video get seen by more people, and don't forget to check out my other channels for other content and other stuff and other things.